Welcome back to the channel. On today's menu, we've got this guy right here, pod filter by PowerSportsTech. We're going to be installing that on the 2014 Honda CRF 450. So, basic rundown, we got to remove airbox and a couple different things attached to it. The installation of this should be super simple. Basically, you just got a hose clamp there, mount it on the throttle body, and pretty much set. This company right here, it's PowerSportsTech. You can head to their website if you want, check them out. They got a couple different Snowbike accessories. I've got this guy, and then I additionally have a engine jacket that covers the whole engine as well. At the moment, my bike is in shambles a little bit, just trying to get everything figured out, dialed in. What's that right there? Oh, that's just a Wild Moto decal. If you want, you can check out the link to the shop down below. Pick yourself up one of those decals, or there's a couple other options there if you want. I appreciate those that have ordered a decal or two. Thank you so much. And of course, any of the installs on this snow bike either should be in a playlist or they'll be on the rest of my channel, so you can go check them out there. Let's get to it. And I apologize for any background noise. I'll try to limit the use of my heater from 1975. It's a little bit noisy, but it is cold as hell out here. So with the bike here, I think to make life easy, what I'm gonna do is take the top of the subframe off, be able to kind of peel things back just a bit. Alright, so one thing we'll need off this airbox here is the temperature sensor that we unhooked earlier. You're going to unmount it from here, plug it back in, and then basically this is just going to sit right on the inside of that pod filter. Okay, that should pop right out of there. Now you don't need these screws, so to prevent from losing them, toss them in there until summertime rolls around. Then we can take this little guy and come back here, plug him in. So I just want to show you what we got going on here. So our temperature sensor there, our throttle body is all clear, and then right here, that little guy. So that's the little breather tube that came off of the airbox. Alrighty, so we're all set to put on our pod filter. This guy, I'm not quite sure what my best routing is going to be, so I'm just going to toss it on here, a spot where I can get to the clamp, and I'm pretty sure if it's angled kind of like that, it should be able to be out of the way of the subframe and everything. Just going to make sure we got a good seal around the throttle body, and then go ahead and tighten that hose clamp down. And then I guess the idea with the temperature sensor here is that you're able to just tuck it under this pre-filter, and you should have enough to get it to kind of set right on the inside of there. Alright, I couldn't help myself, had to go polish up the subframe. But now, let's toss this guy back on. So I think I'm just going to leave it in this position here, and that's just so it's the highest it can be, really tucked up and out of the way of any type of snow. This little pre-filter here, I mean, it pretty much is solid. Basically, there's kind of a wire frame on the inside of this. A couple things that we need to address. So this breather tube here, what's gonna happen with that is basically best option here is to just go ahead and mount it right there on the inside of the frame, zip tie it on there next to the exhaust. So that with that, basically the only thing you don't want is to have it like a big loop in it to where there's any type of oil pooling up in there. Then with the temperature sensor. So this is just an ambient air temperature sensor. So the most important thing with this, we need to push those collars out. Even though they're in there super tight, they could make their way out. And if you got it mounted in here in the pre-filter, well, that's a direct shot right into the engine. And then if you got it mounted out here, then you know, they just fall out and you lose them. You can either mount it at the 12 o'clock position, up top here, just inside the cage. You don't really want it dangling down in there. You just want it right on the edge. Or you can mount it on the 6 o'clock position, way down below. You can also just go ahead and like zip tie it off to, most guys just like zip tie it off to the strut here. If you got a good spot somewhere else, then you can zip tie it there, just to where it's not gonna be getting packed with snow, not gonna be getting jammed up or anything like that. Okay, so our little sensor here, got the collars out of the holes, and now we're good to go. And then I also zip tied that breather tube right there on the inside of the frame. This little guy should be nicely tucked up in there. And if you really wanted, you could zip tie that wire also. So there it is, a super simple install. If you have any questions about it, leave them down below in the comments. Basically with this setup, it's just a better way to get airflow to the bike. A lot of bikes, the stock airbox easily gets clogged with snow, and you're dealing with taking the bike apart out there on the mountain. I hope you enjoyed the quick and dirty install of the PowerSportsTech pod filter. From what I've seen on Snowbike forums, this is a really good option. I know Timbersled makes their own. It's a little bit pricier. So this one came in around at $129.99. If you do a quick Google search, you'll find that that one's pretty much one of the cheapest ones you can get. And as far as I can tell, the quality is really nice. So if you do want to look into that product or the like the engine jacket that I have, I'll leave a link to their website down below. Get a hold of the owner if you have any questions. Tons and tons of help, and it's always good to help out a fellow company out of Montana. So like I said, in the description, plenty of links, might be some affiliate stuff as well. If you want to support the channel by picking up some decals, got a couple options. There should also be a couple more products listed. I think like the beanie right here, it's got the little Wild Moto leather patch. There's some custom leather key tags, and then I think some custom leather wallets as well. Pretty dope stuff from a company called Dark Water Classic. Just a guy down in California, makes some awesome handmade leather products. So check him out, I'll leave an Instagram link down below as well. Other than that, I'm done talking. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.